Hey everybody, welcome to Starfyre Gaming. I am Sir Joseph, and today we are launching the new Solasta Let's Play now that it is live and no longer in early access. So that means we can go through the entire Crown of the Magister um, scenario, which is supposed to take you from level 1 to level 10. So that'll be kind of cool. Hopefully there'll be more stuff later on to let you, go from level 10 to 20, because 20 is the cap in Dungeons and Dragons. And I always like going all the way up to the cap on those things because that's really cool. So this is going to be like an episode 0. We're going to be making characters and kind of going through the tutorial that's probably going to be on here as well. So if you are here and you don't want to see the character creations or the tutorial, episode 1 should be up at the same time as episode 0, and you can just drop out of here and go to episode 1. However, if you do want to see the character creation and the tutorials, please stick around. That would be cool as well. Now, before I get started, as always, I just like to remind everybody, if you're enjoying, my channel and stuff, please hit this like button, hit the subscribe button, leave comments down below, and let's do new adventure. So there's only the Crown of the Magister, is the only campaign to have. We're going to go with authentic mode. There are several modes here. There's story mode, which is easy combat, and you're just mostly focusing on the exploration. Explorer mode is for people who are new to tactical RPGs, like it says right there. Authentic mode is basically that's like you're sitting down at the table with some friends of yours and rolling dice. And that's what I like. That's what we're going with. Maybe when we're done, we can, try a cataclysm mode and just get, our rear ends handed to us. But we'll see what happens. All right. So we're going to make all new characters. So the first character was from a follower named Dante, wanted to have an island halfling ranger. So we're going to go ranger, island, halfling, and ranger. So let's see, favorite enemies, aberrations, beasts, celestials, constructs, dragons, elementals. Let's just stick with beasts. Natural explorer, forest, mountain, swamp, grassland, desert. Let's just stay with forests. Gonna start with scale mail, longbow, dungeoneer pack, short sword, and arrows. Background, what do we want to make our halfling ranger? Let's make him a lowlife, born in the streets. You've always been discarded by most commoners and learned to survive with close to nothing. This made you tough and resourceful. Manners and education are not your strong side, but you have maybe, let's see, sellsword, a spy, philosopher, lawkeeper, acolyte, academic. Let's go with lowlife. Maybe we can get some kind of cool skills here. Let's see, personality. Let's go with egoism and caution. Personality types. So I keep it on the good side. Let's go with altruism and pragmatism. Now we can go with the standard dice, or the dice rolls. So this is a pretty good set. Let's just keep this set here. So we're gonna put 17 into dexterity. Let's put 12 into strength. 15 into wisdom, 16 into constitution for hit points. Go 11 intelligence and 8 charisma. So that gives us 12, 19, 16, 11, 15, and 9. Proficiencies, we got to keep track of these proficiencies so we can spread it out amongst our characters properly. Let's see, we got sleight of hand and stealth, acrobatics. Oh, we got 3 more we can pick from. Well, we should go with nature, because rangers. Let's see here. We got nature. Go with animal handling, because, again, we're a ranger. And, oh, survival or perception. It's always good to have good perception. Perception for everybody is never a bad thing. So I'm just going to keep track of these here. So we've got athletics. Let's see, we got sleight of hand. Stealth. Nature. Animal handling. And perception. And deception. Deception. Let's get... Oh, I guess we get deception straight up. All right. Language. Let's go with Terran. Elemental plane of Earth. That sounds like something a ranger should have. Might not come in handy at all, but it sounds like something a ranger should have. Alright, well, there's Dante. There's your look. That armor actually is pretty cool. I do like that look of the armor. So, name is Dante. You are all part... let's see. Yeah, let's make you all Dante Star. Alright. Well, Dante Star is finished. We're 1 down. Now we're going to make another character here. So nobody else gave me any desires for classes, so now we're just going to kind of make it go. Let's go with a high elf. A Sylvan high elf or a high elf. Let's see. +2 dex, +1 intelligence, +2 dex, +1 wisdom. Let's go with a Sylvan elf. And we'll make the Sylvan elf our rogue. And a spy. And let's go with pragmatism and cynicism. You stay on the good side, but we're going more towards the chaotic side. We're going to double up on the cynicism and go with some kindness. Now these are not good dice rolls. Oh, that's great dice rolls there. So we're going to go with the dex. Let's go ahead and go some strength, some con, some charisma, some intelligence, and some wisdom. Alright, so we have 4 skills to pick. Do want persuasion, because it's always good to be persuasive. Let's do investigation. And then sleight of hand and acrobatics, because we're a rogue. And then we also got deception, survival, nature. Got a lot of free skills out of this one. Stealth and athletics. And we can double up on 2 of them. So Thieves' Tools, we need to double up on. You've got to be able to double up on your Thieves' Tools, because traps locks are important to get to good loot. And then let's double up on persuasion. Let's be super persuasive. Languages. Looks like we start with a ton of languages here. Let's throw in some Goblin. Oh, we get 2 of them because we're smart and giant. Alrighty, and this will be Paul, another one of our followers. Paul Star. Alright, Paul is finished. Alright, now we need to go with a... Let's go with a dwarf. Let's see, Constitution, Wisdom, Constitution, Dexterity. Let's go with a Hill Dwarf. And we'll split the party up in the sex side, and this will be our Cleric. Okay, and then we're gonna go next. So, Erun, Primordial Guard of Elements, and Patron of Adventurers, peasants, hermits, and all others who value nature above civilization. Oldest Temerian deities, Erun is one who humanity prayed while struggling to survive in a hostile environment. His spouse, Menarche, the goddess of life and death. Clerics diverge into 3 main branches, are attached to one of Erun's fire, ice, and lightning. Einar, god of valor and fidelity. Patron god of paladins, lawful warriors, and those who bring light to darkness. Right, that's where we're going to go. Battle. Magic missile, shield of faith, acid, arrow, flaming sphere, fireball, haste, stone skin, phantasmal killer, hold monster, and insect plague. Bonus proficiency with martial weapons. Divine fortitude. Gain 3 temporary hit points per cleric level. Wow, that's nice. Battle magic. Can cast spells with shamanic component without a free hand. Oh, that was annoying early on. We're going probably that way. Let's take a look at law. Heroism, shield, branding, smite, hold person, counterspell, lightning bolt, banishment. Proficient intimidation, advantage on intimidation checks. Advantage rolls against being shoved or moved. I'm envisioning this character more of a battle cleric, so we're going to go with battle. That makes total sense. And let's go with sellsword. So authority. Violence, authority, and lawfulness. That sounds like a good combo. Again, not such a good roll. No. No. Oh, holy smokes. Talk about amazing. All right. So we're going to go 18 strength, 18 wisdom, 15 con, 15 charisma, 14 intelligence, and 14 dex. That's probably the best dice rolls I've ever seen in a D&D character. This character is going to be amazing. Well, we hope this character will be amazing. We hope they'll all be amazing. All right, so we're gonna obviously we want to go with religion because we're a cleric, and medicine because we're a cleric. All right, let's go with Old Temerian for our language. We have 3 cantrips. Go with light, sacred flame, and sparkle. You can light up to 3 items with sparkle. You know I like lighting up them conches. All right, and there is, and this one is Major Identity Crisis. Another follower. Hope Major likes clerics. All right, one more character. This one, let's go with a half-elf. We're going to go female as well to keep the split even 20-20. That's not an even split. Even split is 50-50. All right, we're going to go with a wizard because arcane is always a great thing to have. And let's go with an aristocrat. So let's go with altruism, authority, pragmatism, and altruism. Not the greatest dice. Let's try again. Oh, that's terrible dice. That 7 is bad, but let's go with this. So 17 goes to the intelligence. Let's put 7 down into the wisdom. 12 strength, 16 to the dex, 13 con, and 13 charisma. And we can increase charisma's +2 and increase 2 others by 1. We of course want to increase that intelligence up by 1 because, you know, wizard. And let's go ahead and knock that constitution up to a 14 to get the extra hit points. All right. Get 2 ancestry skills, 2 class skills. Let's see. Arcana. We're a wizard. We're a wizard, Harry. Let's do performance because nobody has performance. Oh, then 2 class skills. So investigation and medicine is terrible. Insight is terrible because we don't have good wisdom. Let's go with religion. And let's go with Orcish. And then Old Temerian and Terran. Alright. Firebolt is always a good spell. Shadow Armor, gain 3 temporary hit points for 1 minute. Enemy you see can become luminous. Chill Touch is a ranged attack. Shocking Grasp in case somebody gets right next to us. And Dazzle. Alright, so we got 6 spells to pick from. Let's go with Jump. No, I don't want Jump. Thunderwave. Shield. Hideous Laughter. Detect Magic. identify, both incredibly important, and mage armor. Alright. So there is that, and this will be Riddled Cloud. Another follower. Alright. So we now have characters, so we are going to grab Dante. Major Identity Crisis. Riddled Cloud. And where's Paul? There's Paul. Alright, we have our group. Alright, loading in. Now we're going to see if the tutorial must be done or if we can skip the tutorial. Loading in, loading in, loading in. That musical interlude is brought to you by Sir Joseph and his wonderful singing voice. Alright, I just lost followers with that probably, but you know, hey, can't have fun. That's what we're here for, right? It's all to enjoy ourselves. Took me a second to find the any key.
Before the cataclysm, there were no gods on Solasta. No humans either. Then, the rift opened. Some say it was a magical accident, or the work of an evil god. No one knows for sure. The cataclysm destroyed the old High Elf Empire. Manicalan, they called it, and twisted the land beyond recognition. Now, only the brave and the foolish go there, in search of ancient treasures. But something is happening deep in those Badlands. Whatever it is, it can't be good.
It is the year 1024 after the Cataclysm, or 1024 for those of you who like reading normally. New states have arisen around the Badlands and crave its treasures. A newly discovered road offers a safer route to the ruined heart of the Empire from the Principality of Masgarth, upsetting the balance of power. The Legacy Council formed to ensure that this knowledge is shared. It issues a call for agents to explore the Badlands in its name. Adventurers flock to Kier Kiflin, the Principality's capital and the home of the Council. 4 strangers meet at the Grave Keep's cask, close to the Council chambers. Press the any key. I found it this time pretty quickly. And then it didn't do anything. All right, let's try that.
This beer tastes like donkey piss. Not that I'm complaining.
Is this the place for the Legacy Council job? Hope I'm not too late. Ran into a bit of trouble on the way here.
Sit. Relax. Perhaps you'd enjoy a pint of this obnoxious ale.
If you're here for the council job, get in line. Though if this Lord Karen doesn't show up soon, I might go looking for him.
Another round, barkeeper. 4 of your finest flagons of donkey piss, please.
So is this the job? Getting shit-faced?
Indeed. You mentioned something about some trouble. Would you care to elaborate?
Well, I headed down a lonely road when 3 shitheads jumped from the bushes, dragged me off, and threw my ass in this broken-down jail. Smelled like some poor bastard had died in there. A strong wind could have took it down.
Alright, so no skipping the tutorials. Basic movement. I'll just kind of leave these up here so if you're interested in reading them, you can. basically click where you want to go. RSD or yeah, ASDW keys. Move it around. Q and E's rotate. Alt highlights things you can interact with. Again, more tutorial. Tell you about the journal button. You can get to it by pressing J. There's your quest. You have your adventures log, your bestiary, your factions, and tutorial stuff. We'll be looking at the factions, the bestiary, and the adventure log later. You can also get to the journal by clicking down here underneath your mini-map. And then crawling, basically you just click on the little space and you crawl. Alright, so being able to see things, press down your Alt, they highlight, and you'll also see like this little, like a little ripple radiating out from it, and then of course if you put your mouse over it, it does turn in a little hand so you can scavenge. So, a torch!
Light, at last.
Light! For a dwarf that can see in the dark. And there it tells you can hold the Alt button. So as you can see, telling you highlighted stuff, you can interact with it, and you can also see what you can highlight by pushing down the Alt button. Now, you see a little arrow, your mouse puts that little cog on there that said lets you know it's usable as opposed to lootable. And then crawl. Crawling with a lit torch, probably not the safest thing. Okay, so we can see there's a chest over here highlighted and then a rock. Climb up on top of stuff. So jumping's based off your strength. If you're strong enough, it'll let you jump. If you're not strong enough, it'll say no path. Major identity is strong. She can jump all the way across and get this chest. Healing potion, always a good thing. We're going to drag that down into our little potion slot. That way it shows up here on your utility belt. I call it the utility belt. It's not a utility belt, but you know, it's a action tab. That would be probably the better thing than the utility belt. Though, if you're a Batman fan, you probably prefer utility belt. And we got to be really strong. That pillar probably weighs a ton. And we knocked it over like nobody's business. You see, there was an extra way to this chest by doing that. And then we can see we can hover over this or hit that, and you can see there's all sorts of stuff. It does highlight things that are, you know, through other areas, so that's why that chest is highlighted, even though we can't get to it at this stage. So we've got this wall again. Amazing strength. And we can go grab this chest. Looting and managing your inventory.
Light, my friend.
Alright, so basically we got all of our gear. You can see your inventory is up here. Military campaign ribbon, that's kind of neat. Armor. Our backpack. This is our encumbrance. We can hold up to 180 pounds before we become encumbered. Start slowing you down and stuff. We got some arrows. We've got some rations and some gold. Arrows have two different slots. You've got your crossbow slot here. Well, either slot will hold things. This is crossbows because that's what the cleric has. So we'll go ahead and pull the arrows out of that. And you can put another 20 of something in there. And you got a candle. I'm not going to be walking around holding a candle. So we can switch there, or we can switch what they're carrying
needed
over
that.
here. If the person has a light spell, click that, and they will cast the light cantrip without having to go click on cast spell and dig it out. Hit down the alt. The only other thing we can do is come to the door. Quest complete.
Nice move, that trick with the wall. Glad you know worse for wear.
This council needs to get organized. They have no right to keep us waiting like this.
The council is likely busy with important matters of state, and we're not. So, have patience.
Well, let me tell you my story then. I too was accosted on my way here, but I faced my foes head on.
Let's hear it then. Don't be shy.
Dante, I think I put an extra space between the N and the T in your name. I apologize for that. Combat tutorial. So this just tells you you can move and dash and all that fun stuff. So let's see. Dual weapon fighting. Another wolf. Attacking. Shoving. So basically, you can just hover over to attack. These are the different things you can do. You can dash, you can shove, you can disengage. We're going to finish off this wolf. Here, end our turn. Dodging. You can click on the dodge button. Gives them disadvantage. There's your dodge. What advantage and disadvantage, if you don't know, in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, is you roll two 20-sided dice. Take the highest if you have advantage. Take the lowest if you have disadvantage. You can only ever have one level of advantage or disadvantage. So if you have 3 different things that give you advantage, you still only roll the 2 dice. If you have advantage and disadvantage, then you don't get either. With a shove, if you're on a place like this, you can shove. We want to push away. You can knock him down prone or push him away. We want to push this guy away because we're on a big bridge and he's gone. Had they had loot, however, we probably would have lost that loot. And now we're just running across the bridge. Look, a rock. So this wolf comes running up. And now it's going to teach us how to disengage. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the disengage. We're going to come up here, because it wants us to activate this, which is why the big arrow is there. Then we interact with it. Down goes the bridge of the wolf. No more wolves coming across the bridge chasing us.
What a bunch of namby-pambies. You're lucky you weren't attacked by Sorax.
I don't remember anyone asking your opinion.
The Badlands are thick with them, shape-shifting bastards.
Go easy on him. He's just a harmless old drunk. Probably saw lizard folk or dragonborn or something.
You think I don't know the difference? All those spines on their backs, those jaws. You've never seen anything like it. Not lizard folk, not troglodyte, not dragonborn, I'm telling you.
No one believes in Sorax anymore. Except the Church of Anar, of course. There's a Sorak under every bed if you believe them.
Easy now. Don't mock people for their faith.
Read them books. Sorax are masters of deception, infiltration. Anyone here could be a Sorak. You'd never know.
Oh, come on.
Huh, you'll see.
So anyway,
Sorax might be legend, but orcs are quite real, and not just in the Badlands. I stumbled across a secret settlement right here in the Principality.
Bullshit.
I traveled here from the east and left the main highway, hoping to save time by traversing the hills. The views were magnificent. but I should have kept my eye on the path, because it gave way beneath my feet, plunging me into Stygian darkness. Ow! That's going to leave a mark.
Now that conversation there with the drunk guy seemed a little bit longer than it did last time. I could be wrong, but I think that's, a little extra conversation in there, which is kind of cool. All right, lighting sources telling you about you can cast light spell or using a torch, kind of like I've already described with the light when I put it on Riddle. Or not Riddle, we're playing Riddle. When I put it on for Major. All right, and then we can light stuff with cantrips like Flame Bolt. All right, so light your way. So it wants us to use a torch, a candle, something. So there we go. We lit it up. Ba-da-ba! All right, leave cave. So we got those sconches. So we're gonna cast a spell. No free hand because we've got our thingamajigger. Because words. Candle. That's what it was. We had a candle in our hands, and that didn't let us use a hand. All right. Oh, I'm gonna go check this thing out.
Upon my word, this is an orc hideout. The malodor is unmistakable. Ugh.
Alright, now we can go through there. See, that's why reading your objectives is important. Now we get to learn how to heal. Because we took damage when we fell. We took a lot of damage when we fell. We can drink a potion. We don't have a potion yet. So we're going to hold down the thing. There's a chest over here. Loot it. Alright, so what's our journal tell us to do? So now we have a secondary quest. So the main quest, and then our secondary quests, heal ourselves, use a potion to heal yourself. So let's go ahead and go to our inventory. So our little pouch thing is our component pouch, which we need for casting our spells. So we're going to come in here, drink the potion, completed that quest.
There they are. Discretion is clearly the better part of valor in this instance.
Now it's going to talk about cautious mode, which is right there. Kind of go into that hidden thing. See that ring reverberating out? That's how noisy we are. However, it did say if we stay above, we have a great chance of them not seeing us, which since this is a tutorial, I'm going to guess they're never going to see us, since they didn't see us last time we did the tutorial. Up goes the gate. And let's sneaky our way back to the gate. I'm guessing 3 orcs would be a bit much for a first level wizard to deal with. All by her lonesome. I'm assuming 3 goblins would be difficult. Uncautious. Now that we're out of that room. And we can alt. There's a chest. No, that's a chest that we got that healing potion from. And then you can mouse over areas and, you know, you'll see the little cross showing you can't go there. There's some loot. Patch of brown moss. Crafting ingredient. Long rest safe area. No waypoint on the map. So when you see these little camps on the map, those are your long rest spots.
No other means of egress is apparent. Fine. I shall wait until they go. These creatures do hunt, right?
And here it tells you how to take a long rest. Basically, you click on the campfire, and if you've got rations to spare, you take your long rest.
Oh.
Now, with the other things that long rest lets you do is you can use your hit dice here. It increases your hit dice. You use those in short rests. Wizards can recover spell slots on a short rest. And you can prepare your spells. And you do all the stuff, these things after your long rest is done. Because if your long rest gets interrupted, then you don't get that. And it takes up 8 hours of game time to do that. So we're going to prepare spells. Let's see, we've got detect. We don't need detect magic memorized. Though we can have up to 5 spells memorized, so we might as well have it. Reason we don't, you see this little book right here, that means they're rituals. It means without expending a spell slot, we can take 10 minutes to cast the spell, which is very nice. That way we don't have to have it memorized, and we can cast the spell in 10 minutes and still be able to do the stuff. So we're going to validate those and close. And now we need to escape the orcs. Ah, wrong way with the map. And we need to do our favorite crawling. At least this time we're not crawling with a lit torch. And we're just going to come check. Hold down the Alt button. There is no loot to be found. Out we go.
Not sure I would have slept so close to a horde of orcs.
Orcs have a very distinctive stink.
I'm beginning to think Lord Karen might be a mythical creature.
We've all told a tale of our travels here. All but one of us.
Yes, but I have a good reason for that. It's none of your bloody business.
Come on now. Don't be a killjoy. We all sang for our supper. Your turn.
Fine. You want to know the truth? I stopped on the way here to visit an old friend of mine and discovered he was up to his eyeballs in debt with a loan shark.
Sounds like an idiot.
Indeed. He put up a family heirloom as collateral and wanted me to reacquire it. Because, you see, I can be quite stealthy when necessary.
Alright. So now it's the stealth part of the game. Oh, tutorials, stealth. So again, use cautious mode. You can see little footprints, so you can track people that way. So we're going to go into our cautious mode automatically. And there's little footprints we can follow. More tracks. And there's something we can loot, so we're going to scooch over here. And it just tells you you can move the camera around using the Q and E, WSAD, kind of already went over that stuff. This is, well, we just looted, so we got Thieves' Tools. We already had Thieves' Tools, but hey, doesn't hurt to have another set.
Oh, Liam. Always thoughtful.
This is our map. Maps in this game are one of my favorite things. I love the artwork on the maps. They're just amazing for me. So you can click down there, or you can hit the little M, whichever you prefer. So we're going to come back out over here. Follow the tracks. We want to stay away from anybody being able to spot us. And you can see his little circle is less, but there's also this thing coming down here, which tells me someone's starting to... If I stay there too long, someone's going to see me. So that's kind of your alert that someone is noticing you. So we're going to come on over, open up the door. And here to try picking a lock, you just hover over and click it, and whoever can do it tries to do it. So that way when you're playing, you don't have to worry about just picking one individual to do it. The best person to do it will do it. I actually like kind of picking the person to do it. It gives me a little bit of satisfaction that way. No real reason why, other than that's just how I am. Now there's a quartermaster. We have a side quest to go try to rob him for the key, but we are amazing rogue, and so therefore we don't need a key. And we can see right there, there's an item that we can do something with because it's got the stuff flowing out of it, the ripples. And then again, we can check it just by holding down the button, the Alt button. We're going to sneak over here and check out this plant. It's an angry bush, so it must be angry that we're, taking its flowers. But now we have an angry flower, another ingredient for crafting. And if you just click at the top of something, you'll automatically climb up it, or you can click at the base of the thing you can climb to climb up it. Right, now there's a trap. Trap same way as locked doors. You just click on the trap, and the guy who can do the trap will come over and try to do it. And that's what this is telling you. Succeeded on a 4, because it's the tutorial. Though I have played some games where you can fail the tutorial.
Wait, a trap!
And there's another trap on that chest, so we'll go over there and we'll automatically try to disarm the trap. The nat 20. Can't untar better than that. And then this will let us open it up. And not only did we get some gold, yep, we also got Liam's heirloom. And now we just want to get out.
There you are, you filthy crook!
You? What? You're drunk. Get out of here before I kill you.
Think you scare me? Not anymore.
A grave mistake.
Liam, what are you doing here? I told you I'd take care of it.
Alright, now this just tells you about critical characters. Sometimes there's characters that are considered critical, and if they die, you lose the game. And then it talks about advantage with attacking. If you attack while you have the element of surprise, you gain advantage. Also, if you're a rogue, you deal sneak damage for extra damage, yeah, that stuff there. As you see, we can't get down here without actually him getting in his line of sight.
What went wrong there?
However, we still get our attacks, and since we're a rogue and we're within 5 feet of an enemy that's within 5 feet of one of our allies, and we critical. Just finished him off.
Are you four here to see Lord Karen?
Well, we're not here to drink ourselves to death.
Well, thank you for making that clear. Well, if you're here for Lord Karen of the Legacy Council, that would be me.
So you're not a mythical creature after all?
Unlike, say, a sober adventurer?
Might we ask a bit more about this quest of yours, sir, if you please?
Well, I suppose it's better if you know what you're doing. What do you want to know?
We hear this is a mission for the council, but what is it exactly?
Dear Moraike, you don't know? I'll try to make it simple, but you know, politics. The council includes representatives of the most powerful and influential organizations in the Eastern Kingdoms. It was created to lead a joint effort to explore the Badlands.
So that's one thing with everything being voiced, which I do like these games that they have voice acting in them. He's going to use the names of the starter characters, not going to be using the names that we put in. Obviously, he just called Major Identity Moraike, so that's going to happen.
Which countries make up these Eastern Kingdoms?
Simple. The Principality of Masgarth, here, is in the middle. The Snow Alliance lies to the north, the Kingdom of Galavan to the east, and the New Empire to the south. All friendly, more or less, but the peace is fragile.
What are the organizations you mentioned?
The Council is, how to put it, a non-governmental organization, meaning that state governments are not represented to avoid partisanship. Instead, there are delegates from the Guild of Antiquarians, the Tower of Knowledge, the Arcaneum, and the Circle of Denantar. And the Church of Einar guarantees fairness, led by Marshal Beric Sunblaze and Oathkeeper Lyra Keen.
What are the Badlands, really?
Simply put, they are a monster-ridden, chaotic wasteland that used to be the elven empire called Manicalan. It was destroyed about 1,000 years ago by the Great Cataclysm. Now, only ruins remain, full of forgotten knowledge, riches, and dangers.
I think we know enough now. Thank you.
What can you tell us about this place, the Principality?
We don't exactly have the time. Anyway, the Principality of Masgarth is ruled by Princess Kaiwood Silverflower. We are a wealthy state with fertile lands and the easiest access to the Badlands through a pass called the Copperhead Road. We're in the capital, Caer Kiflin, which was once part of the ancient Manicalan Empire of the High Elves. Hence the magnificent elvish buildings up there in the High Tower. While we don't have a state religion, all of the major faiths of Solasta are represented here, though we tend to favor Einar, the god of valor and fidelity.
Are we going to work for you?
Not exactly, no. I'll be your contact with the Legacy Council, which you will serve as deputies. That's why we need to go there and get you sworn in.
We should go, don't you think?
Very well. Come, gather your things. You're late for your swearing in.
Hurry up and wait. The story of my life.
So I did like the whole, when we asked about the Principality, it's like, we don't have time for this. So the Principality is, we don't have time for it, but I'm going to tell you anyways. To split a stack of items, drag and drop the stack onto an empty cell while holding down the control key. That's a good thing to remember. This will take 1 unit from the stack. I'd prefer it if you drug it and it would say, how many units do you want to take? And then you could put in a number. But at least that's how you split them, and that's always a good thing to know. So as soon as we get out of the loading screen here, hit the NE key. I found it right away. Finding your way in Caer Kiflin, basically, this is the town, and this is how you go, and this is where you're going to go to get to the place where we want to go. Now, one thing I found last time when I did the the game is if you don't highlight your characters and move them after they come through a map, if you save at that point in time, sometimes it corrupts the save. I don't know if that was just in the early access and that's been fixed or not, but I did encounter that. With that said, thanks for watching this episode. Like I said, this one and episode 1 will actually be released at the same time. So if you made it all the way through this one, thanks for watching it all. And if you did not make it all the way through this one, you're not hearing this message. So as always, I've been Sir Joseph. You've been awesome. Stay safe.